topped out right here. Okay, right here. And again, you may not be able to see that color. I'm going to flip it over here. Right here is where the stock market topped out. And this is where the stock market in October of 2022 bottomed out. Now, I was thinking about how to best explain reverse repo. Think about you have a bucket of water, right? So I'm holding a bucket of water in front of me, and I have this massive sponge. And so again, when this goes up, this is the sponge, right? I put the sponge in here, and it soaks up all the water, and it's all, basically that's all the liquidity being sucked up. So when this was going up, liquidity was being sucked up like water into a sponge, and it was out of the bucket. The bucket was empty, and therefore the markets went down, right? But the thing is, right here is where the markets, again, started to rally because we started to see a squeezing of the sponge, and all that liquidity slash water was going back into the bucket. Now, again, the point here is that this sponge is getting somewhat dry. There's still a little bit of liquidity left in the sponge, or water in the sponge, to come back into that bucket, but it is getting towards the end. And my point of saying this is, again, is that we know the markets are overbought on every metric, basically. Now, it doesn't mean they can't go up a little bit higher, but at some point when the liquidity dries up, there is a coexistence between how much liquidity is in the system, right? When the liquidity, again, was being drawn out, markets were falling. When the liquidity came back in, markets were going up. So that is something that I do want us to pay attention to. Again, these are the types of things that I don't believe we are seeing in the mainstream media or almost anywhere, and I do want to explain it as I did because I think that does help. All right, couple